Come and get started on a new mission, a new direction, a new intention. Welcome to 5.8G Alive at Connections 50 Plus. I am Terri-Ann Joseph Brathwaite.
And I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, catering to all your prospects in the third act of life.
Economic well-being, social gratification, personal fulfillment.
Join us on Wednesday at 6 p.m. on Connections 50 Plus Facebook page, YouTube channel,
and on Gael the Caribbean.
Hi, good evening everyone, and welcome to Connections 50 Plus 5.8G Alive. I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, one of the co-creators of Connections 50 Plus. And somebody is missing with me in this welcome, and that's my colleague, Terri-Ann Joseph Prophet. And Terri-Ann would be in the close because she was unable to start the program with us this evening. So we are continuing with the panel discussion. You know, when we started, we did have one of the show 2 weeks ago, where we had a panel, you know, of our tribe members sharing their experience, you know, being part of the tribe. And we also have this evening 3, you know, persons from our tribe, 3 members that going to also share with you all and, you know, say what their experience with being part of Connections 50 Plus tribe. Okay.
Hello and good afternoon. I am Terri-Ann Joseph Brathwaite. Yes, I know Jennifer said that I couldn't make this evening, but I'm just popping in via technology to remind you all this is the last chance to give us a call because you know what's happening on Monday.
So, 1st of April, Easter Monday, yes. Connections 50 Plus is 5 years old and we celebrating.
So we invite you all to come out and hang with us because listen, it will be lots and lots of fun. So when we start at 11,
at Kaiso Blues.
Listen to me. Oh gosh. And you know, it's so easy to find Kaiso Blues right there on Rice Road.
Yes.
And when you start turning, there's so much parking area.
Yeah. So parking, brunch, music.
And me. Let me tell you, we're going to have a frolicking time.
Oh,
we have games and we have awards. All of you who've been to all of these Connections events, we have awards.
Prize.
Thank you very much. Let me tell you something. Anybody who in our cohort that is 5.8G and alive, we will be at Kaiso Blues on Easter Monday from 11 to 3. Listen, man, fun.
Brunch inclusive, $350.
We have food you cook at Kaiso Blues. Let me tell you about that.
I can't go there and eat. I never go there and eat. Listen.
So, come on, turn up and tune up.
Yeah, just right. I can't believe all you wasn't going to call me.
No, you preempted. No, we were just about to do it, and you came in. How could we forget?
All right.
How could we forget?
I wouldn't rush. What I do, I'll go and prep myself because I have to be there early.
So see you then.
Okay, here we are. I did mention before that we're going to have a panel, and this again is in celebration of Connections 50 Plus 5th anniversary. We did have a panel before, and now we have another panel with 3 beautiful women. Again, you know, we only have beautiful women as our followers, right? And so this evening, we're going to chat more and get their feedback on you know, about how they feel about being in our tribe. And I would let each one just introduce themselves and we'll take it from there.
Hi, I am Nancy Lipuk. I have been a member of the tribe for a number of years. I can't even begin to see. From inception, let me put it
From
like
inception.
that. From inception. And I have always enjoyed, I've known Jennifer for many years, going back to our secondary school days and our working life. So that anything that Jennifer gets involved in and wants to involve me, I am always there. She is very innovative, and I am always wanting to be part of whatever she's preparing or the event.
Thank you, Nancy. So who we have next?
Hi, good evening. I am Waveney Chris. Like Nancy, well, I've known Jennifer for a while. We have worked together, and so we developed that kind of relationship. So when they started the connection 50 plus, there were some interesting things. So I thought it would be good to join and to enjoy the different activities and the different episodes of Connection 50 Plus on Gael and YouTube. And I've been enjoying it over the years. It's been interesting. Yeah.
Thank you. And Betty.
Hi, I am Betty Joseph, a friend of Jennifer's for many, many years from school days, always inspired by Jennifer and her activities and creations. And so I've been a member from inception as well. And I've enjoyed and benefited from all the activities, all the information. It has been a great pleasure. And I've always brought along other friends to make sure they too enjoy and learn. It's always been a pleasure, Jennifer and Terri-Ann.
Thank you. Now you realize, you all, that this sounding like a one-sided thing. Eh? You only hear about friends of Jennifer, and that's how they keep. And where is Terri-Ann? So Terri-Ann couldn't make it, for the panel right now, but she would come on at the end. So yes, I am fortunate this evening to have three of my friends belonging to the tribe as my guests. Okay. So my first question, and this is what, when our last panel, we asked that question. In terms of, okay, so all three of you all have been, have attended from inception, our different activities, and actually follow this program, which is the 5.8G Alive, magazine show. Now, tell me, and let me start with Nancy, since you introduced yourself first. Nancy, tell me, how have you really benefited from being, and let me see, we are not a membership group. We call ourselves, of course, a tribe. We have a movement. We creating a new stage, as we say. How have you benefited from just being a part of the tribe?
Well, let me go to the event part of it. I enjoy being among groups of people. And
Yeah.
I know, although we have a lot of the regulars, we also have a lot of new people that join the events. And so therefore, when new people come, it means that they're like-minded, because whatever you all attend, it means they must have some interest. And it's good to meet new people and, chat. And I'm very comfortable meeting different people at different times. So I feel, I could only benefit from meeting the regulars whenever we do meet, and meeting new ones. And because people all have different, sort of a different perspective on this journey that they're on, and this second part or third part of whatever the picture is at this time. So I think it's always very, very interesting to listen to people, and maybe when we chat, we can share, whatever differences we may have, and we could discuss and sort out, and
Great. And Waveney, in your case, how you found it has benefited you?
Well, two ways. Like Nancy, there are several events that, piqued my interest, so I would attend. And of course, anywhere I go, I just enjoy myself to the fullest.
We know.
I'm saying
The
if
life
you're
of the party.
out, you're out. So yes, I enjoy myself to the fullest. I make new friends, and it's just a nice, relaxing environment where everybody knows how to carry on in a decent, decent, friendly way. Um, Also, I've also benefited from the sessions on like Guile and YouTube where you will
Yeah.
have you just share, let's say, your personal life, people, what different people go through. And of course, whatever people go through, um, and you share it is always to the benefit of others. You learn from other people,
Yeah.
issues and stuff. And that has been helpful to me. You share your own issues. So you then think of, okay, and think about things and put things in place. And then the fact that sometimes you would bring on people who are specialized in different
Yeah.
areas. At one point in time, you had the aging, and then you had the lawyer, and different things, and people have different interests, and you reach a
Yeah.
point in your life, different things. There's a whole new set of things passing through your mind because we are all at this stage. And so
Yeah.
the different specialty areas, that came forth, that was beneficial to me. Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Whitney. And Betty.
Yes, as I said before, the sharing of information is really an important aspect of the group, so that Jennifer and Terri-Ann would do their best to have not only the fun part, but to have some really serious information that we need to have, especially at this age. And things that we have not thought about, they often would have us. For example, when Dr. Allison, for example, talked to us about aging, and brought out some things we hadn't thought about, and relationships and how to deal with others and so on. That was very, very informative. The information, for example, about living wills and so on from the lawyer really inspired us and sparked some interest, because we then either had to get our business in order, seeking more information from him, or learning from others, or doing the research ourselves, etc. That kind of information is really very important. And then there's the other part of it that I do enjoy, because I believe that Jennifer and Terri-Ann also set out to bring about joy, so that we appreciate even more being with each other, being with others, seeking out joy, finding what brings us as individuals great joy. And there's one thing I'll never forget. It's a simple matter, but I remember last Carnival, Jennifer invited folks to share pictures of what they were doing. And so we had some pictures, for example, with grandchildren and so on. And then on Carnival Tuesday, there were some pictures that brought such joy. They were so colorful. There were some very colorful pictures, Terri-Ann and others who were playing with, the band. But I couldn't believe the beauty. And I was thinking to myself, here it is, we have a tribe of people, and there are those who, for various reasons, can't get out. But those pictures really brought home some interesting stuff. I mean, I just couldn't be, I was almost in tears seeing the beauty of those colors. If you look back, you probably see them if you haven't seen them before. But they were really lovely, and I thought about that. Who, for different reasons, couldn't get out, but could appreciate such beauty and, talent. So it's really great being part of the tribe. We learn a lot, we have fun, we learn to appreciate things, we learn to find joy in simple things. And for that, we are really grateful for Jennifer and Terri-Ann.
Again, thank you. You know what you all brought out, and I want to let us go back to that. And focusing now on the forums, the different forums, and not just the forums where, especially we started during the pandemic to have these small group forums online where it was very intimate. So as Waveney said, a lot of sharing, but your personal situations, people share their personal situations, and we're able to learn a lot. And also in that format where we want to share knowledge and help others who may be going through different situations, we would normally invite different professionals, and you all three mentioned that. What I'd like you to share, and I'm asking this question, we did ask from the last panel the same thing. Is there any particular discussion from attending any one of the forums or from one of the professionals where you were able to actually use their solution or their guidelines to either help you in your personal situation or to help a friend, to share it with a friend who would have benefited also?
Well, first, I must say this. I will never forget an emancipation celebration at Terri-Ann's home, where Waveney and a group were so well dressed in their beautiful outfits with fans to match. And there was a video circulating. And there was such fun, joy, natural laughter, and happiness coming out of that video and the fun. And it wasn't the first time I noticed Waveney for her sense of humor and her joy and happiness. I've seen it before. And energy. But that day, I won't forget it. It was really a great, great day. I mean, as I said, there are the serious days when we learn a lot. I'll tell you another quick situation. What's her name? Catherine, just now. Charmaine. Charmaine's sense of humor always hit me as well. And then one day, someone explained the type of support and caring and guidance that Charmaine gave when she was, I think, their supervisor. And I remember that day looking at Charmaine in a different light because she was always full of energy, entertaining, having great fun, etc. But that day, you look at her differently, knowing like her work ethic, her willingness to help others, to support, and so on. So again, great advice, great experiences, all in the tribe.
Yeah.
One thing we take for granted is that the way we handle life, at least I feel the way I handle it, that, everyone else has the strength, will have the support that is needed. But then when you chat with people, then you realize that, it's not always there. And that there are many people who haven't an idea what to do. And I suppose that's when your panel discussions or I should say your discussions with your professionals really impact, because it can open up things that people don't even think about. For example, lawyers and the whole issue with your legacy and all this. People probably don't give it the thought that they should.
Yeah, quite true.
But and so that it really, when you have these type of discussions with your professionals, and so it really helps to help people to sort of establish something in their lives that, they wouldn't be flustered, that there's someone else that's sharing the same kind of problem, they're not alone, whatever it is. we're never alone, and there's always someone who can help.
Great.
I coming out from some of the discussions, I have a particular friend, I was encouraging them to do wills, when you reach a certain age, it is time to do, wills, do the proper estate planning. Say what you want, say what you want done. Don't leave it, because oftentimes we see the confusion that happens after. And also the sessions we talk about dealing with situations where there's properties and stuff, things that are left to themselves go from bad to worse, or it's a disaster. And so these things are serious. I also learned about aging. And I have an aging mother who's turning like 90 this year. Certain things they talk about, I was able to take it and apply it to me, and I understand things more. And understand also, in this session, we were talking about as you getting older, some certain things that people do. Like, I remember one particular thing, well, several things, but this particular thing is that, don't be giving away all your money to children and grandchildren and all of that. When you're about 80 going down the road, then you need all of your little pennies. I've seen it like with my mother. She's turning 90 this year, and pennies. Well, not pennies, no. Not pennies. Yes. Pennies. So, I'm coming out to these sessions, I could, apply it and see what they were talking about. And knowing that I'm along that road, trying to make some sense,
I feel very good hearing, when we set out, and as you said, you all started from day one. And our goal really was to, make a difference on the stage, as we got said, the third act stage, where we are no longer in the workplace and we are now moving into a phase of life that we don't know. We're almost going into the unknown. And even with preparation, sometimes from the workplace, they would have done certain retirement plans, but it's always very short. It's not a long process to prepare you for this stage. And when Terri-Ann and I started, we were very conscious of that, because both of us were at the same, although there's an age difference, but Terri-Ann also came out of the corporate sector very early to go into her own business. And I have always been, as you know, with the insurance, you're more or less on your own. But life is so different out there, and yes, the preparation. And this is what we have found during the years, from doing the programs, listening to getting the feedback, that, although we are doing that, and of course you have the other organizations doing different things, so it's not Connections 50+ alone. Our goal, though, is to be happy on this stage and to embrace the aging. Because what we have found is, don't care how many programs out there and different things people go to, a lot of us, and I'm saying us, still haven't embraced aging. And it causing depression, in different forms, How would you, and this come into this question, because we don't have the answer really, but we could just share how we feel. For those who it's very difficult to embrace the aging factor, what would you say, or what would you suggest, or what can we do differently to maybe help them to embrace aging and to look at the situation in a more positive way, as against going into a sort of depressed stage? What is the
think
missing link there?
it's so deep-seated, Jennifer, that there's no one answer, because it's life experiences that really have caused us to be in the situation that we are in the third act.
Yeah.
So if we didn't start from very early understanding all the changes and so on, it's really, and two, your personality that you have has so much to do with it. So that it's sometimes, all I could say is that we could try and encourage, but
Yeah.
it was a very difficult, because your personality, some people are loners, some people, for
Yeah.
example, I say I like going out in groups. I love it. I like to be in a group, you could enjoy it. But there are many people who, because of their personality, they haven't
Yeah.
been able to be comfortable in that. And I don't, to be honest, I don't know what the any answer is, but I know that if you can encourage someone, let's say Waveney said she brought 4 or 5 friends and so on, the
Yeah.
most we can try and do is encourage our friends, the ones who we know that are a bit
They're
maybe are
open to
not,
something different. Yeah.
that who are not as open. We
Yeah.
can probably, and when people have an experience of something and they may enjoy it, then they might get to, start thinking a bit different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the what occurred to me is that although there are separate activities that Jennifer and they would plan for us, but it's more than just the activities. That once you begin to participate, meet others, learn new strategies and different things, that there's a whole change in attitude, in mindset, or an improvement, even if not a change, because some people might already be on the road, on the path.
Yes.
But once you become involved in certain aspects, certain activities, then it becomes you become a different person moving through your stages, let us say. So that it's not just each activity, but a new mindset, some
Yeah.
changes
Okay.
taking place. Your whole attitude changes to life, to fun, to learning, because that's another important thing, because part of it is constantly learning every day, improving and developing every day, so that here's a fantastic opportunity to just keep growing,
Yeah.
I'm just dropping my mind that you just kind of lead by example.
Yeah.
Meaning,
Very
you
true.
show them, yes, everybody's aging, I'm going on, but I am happy with it. I am thankful to God that He has kept me.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I believe that, I'm going to live, love, laugh. And I'm going to live, show people, yes, we all aging. Yes, we all have different issues going on,
Yeah.
but trust God. Trust God and just live, love, laugh. Let God handle your stories and you just have a good time.
You
You
know,
know,
Yes, wait.
with borders and so that's like Nancy says, she was talking about like encouraging them with words. But they say action speaks louder than words.
Yeah.
So you get up despite what it is, dress up, show up, and just enjoy life because that is what God put us here to. People have different limits and they have different ways of enjoying themselves and different, environments. But whatever it is that works for you, that you feel comfortable with, you just do that. So my thing is, We do it by action speaks louder than words, and they encourage people that way.
Yeah, you know, I like it.
Yeah.
Because, Whitney, all that is being said here and points to the fact, and we agree that Nancy started to the different experiences because our experiences in life makes a difference, mold us in this way. All right. And we do, we have to appreciate people are different and what one person may like, the others wouldn't like. But I also like the idea, agreeing with the idea too, that we lead by example or embrace others. So, for instance, I have different friends. I have friends that I know wouldn't come to a certain type of function, and that's okay because they can't take the noise or too much crowd. Unlike Nancy, you may like to be in a group. I love the group. We laugh and have fun. They have those who don't like that. So if I am having, so that's why we try with us at Connections to have different type of functions. So we would have maybe the more party type. You would have those that could go on a road trip, and you may have those that just come into a small area and you may play some cards or have a little fun, you know. But for us now to lead by example, what I do, and I just sharing that, is if I know, if it's like recently we in the Lenten season and I know about a certain a retreat which was real fun, was innovative because it was really a boat ride retreat from praise and worship right through on the seas. And I know I have certain friends I know I cannot invite because they're not going to that. That's not their thing. So I call friends who I feel will appreciate that, but they wouldn't go on their own. You understand? I am more out there, so I will hear about things. So I could invite them. If I don't, they don't know anything about it. So I would call friends who I know much prefer more on the spiritual side and would enjoy something like that. And I did. And the friend who decided to go with me was so, so happy. And she's saying she never even been on a boat ride as not even a normal boat ride. She's been hearing about it and she found this sounds interesting. And it was really nice because Carmwood, of course, is really praise and worship from start to finish. But a different, it was so calming on the seas. And she was so happy and told me, listen, vitamin more to these things. I said, but it always be like, they vary. But she thought that it meant so much to her because she didn't know about that. So the same way, and Betty spoke about the carnival time. There are some people they have friends who would not be involved in carnival. So that's okay. I wouldn't invite them to a carnival line. But I know those who will enjoy that and you will invite them. So what we can do is reach out depending on the occasion and reach out to the friends who, you could get out, who would normally do things, but we could encourage them. And also in the feedback, when Waveney speak, well, almost, I should say, only all my friends like that, when they explain in their experience and they share it, you feel, by the time Waveney finished telling you about something, it's okay, you want to go to the next one if you didn't attend? So if we maintain that joy in us, we know we all have challenges. We're not even going down that road with challenges. And we know that if we're not feeling well or we're in a bad mood or something happened, and we have someone come and bring some joy in our lives, however they want to do it, whether they bring ice cream, whether they bring some sort of laughter, something, it makes a difference. It changes your mood. And I would really like for us to maintain that happy, spirit. You're going to say something, Betty? Right?
No, I was agreeing with you. It is so true that even in spite of the challenges, along with the challenges of life, we just have to find ways to have joy, fun, and happiness in our lives, in spite of, along with, we got to, because life could be really, and simple things like, I found recently that I'm doing a lot of flowers, lots of all around the house. And, you know, it really, I feel inspired to see how well the flowers bloom and grow and blossom, you know, and that brings me joy. Going out, of course, with the group also brings me lots of joy. In fact, I would even say it's one of the changes, developments in my life that it makes you more outgoing, because some believe, yes, it is good to be quiet at times. It brings out your creativity and so. But it's also good to be part of the group, as Nancy says, get out there and, you know, enjoy yourself as well. Be creative, but also be responsive with the group.
But think of it. This is when Jennifer when Jennifer and Terri-Ann planned that road trip to the Pitch Leaf. I said, but this is a fantastic opportunity. I said, in all my years, not even when I was at school, did I have an opportunity. I said, well, I couldn't miss out on this. And then going to all those, to the different places that we visited. How many times on a normal day you wouldn't just think of doing something like that? So if someone plans something like that, and you know it was a group of people, as I said, like-minded, if you're going to go on something like that, it means that people are all gearing for whatever. So it's going to be a great occasion, a fun, really happy, joyful occasion. So why not? You know? Why not?
A suggestion, something crossed my mind, Jennifer, concerning the serious discussions, let us say, that you guys share with us, that maybe having some type of feedback to know how they really helped us, and if we are going to continue to seek further information in those areas, whether it be finance or estate planning, things like that. So that, you know, sometimes we forget that immediately after being presented with the information, we are excited. Yes, I must do this, I must do that. And maybe not spoon feeding, not saying that, but to encourage that, you know, it's not a one-time done deal, but whatever is presented, that it continues, that we continue the conversation, that we share further with each other, that we respond, that we give feedback, that we let each other know, yes, I move forward with that information, and encourage each other. That way it would be even further encouragement. I know you guys do a lot. I know you do a lot. But I'm just saying maybe we could benefit even further if such feedback and encouragement could take place.
That's always a area that I wouldn't say we struggle, that we discuss a lot, Betty, because what we have found, and it's not just, this is, and we say we are this silent generation, we keep things within. And because of that, we find it very difficult to get people to give feedback. And you would notice you all follow us on, well, Facebook is not as active again because Facebook sort of changed their system, but at least the YouTube now, we found we could use YouTube because you could go on anytime and you could give feedback. We have our group chat that we try to encourage feedback. But you know, when we ask questions, we started after each show, when we do have guests, we would put on the chat asking persons, you know, how have they benefited, what they learned from it, how things going. Or every now and again, when we have our discussion, you know, on the shows, we would say, drop us a line, send us a picture, tell us what's going on. We are the silent generation. very few you would get that feedback from. The difficulty too is I always said I'm open and sharing. I don't know if that comes from that's maybe just my personality and not really coming from sales or anything. That's my personality. I share openly. I don't, even if I'm being judged, I don't let it affect me. Let me put it that way. Because I believe when I share with the intent that someone could learn either from my mistake or my journey or my experience. And it is authentic. I'm not, but it is not an easy to get others to give you real feedback in an open forum. It is not always easy, but I must say though, we do get that call, that private call, from someone may ask for the professional number, so they can follow up. Or they may say, well, we did learn so and so, and they actually tell us that, we didn't say anything, even at a forum, they may not say anything and they say, I didn't say anything because they don't want to be judged, they don't want to be ridiculed. Some people just can't talk out. That is their personality. They just can't talk out. But they would, message and say, thanks for that. Thanks for bringing on that person. Try and get them to come on again, So on this show, Betty, as you made that point, I hope that our audience, those who listening, will be, give a little more feedback. I ask for it all the time. I always ask people, stand and tell us what you're doing now, But
we're not millennials, that's for sure.
Yes. Oh, yes. Millennials just tell you, picture and tell you as it is. We don't. We don't. But I appreciate that feedback and we would keep trying and talking about it. I'm happy that you brought it up because it is something we would love. Sometimes the professionals say, oh, what is that? What sort of feedback you all get? And we say, well, we know the information was very valuable, but it's not like, even when you have workshops, sometimes, workshop, you get persons to talk out and you get those that would not say a word. And I guess it's understandable, it's personal situations. And if we are not where we would like to be at this stage in life, many of us are very disappointed, whether it's in ourselves, whether it's in our children, whether it's in our significant others, that we didn't make it. The marriage that we spoke about, that we were so happy about when we were in the workplace, it didn't work out, or the children that we thought would have become whatever they become, they decided to drop out of university or not do anything, things like that, which many of us have to be careful. We tend to blame ourselves. And even if someone share their situation with us, we have to be careful we don't judge. And we empathize and try to see how we can help them move on with their lives. But it don't always be like that. So we have to understand why our generation don't open up. But I appreciate that. And as you're on that, I would, wave me on Nancy. Any feedback, what we could do better, Terri-Ann? We're not changing our personality. We are who we are, but we open to do things differently in ways if it would make a difference to persons' lives out there. Yeah? What do you think, Whitney? Any suggestion or feedback about us as hosts?
I don't know. Do you? It's just never thought about it, but do you all contact like the persons who attend functions one-on-one? I don't know if that would make a difference.
Well,
Contact people. And ask
we
them,
get the opportunity to chat all the time with persons who attend the function. As I said, it's a decision we made not to have a membership group because we don't want anybody join members and come meetings and all that. But we have, when the tribe, we connect a lot with those who support us in many ways. We are very open and chatting, and I must say, yes, a lot of the feedback we get is from us, our functions, when people come up to us after, we hang a lot. So they would come and say, oh God, that was good. That was a nice show.
Yeah.
Or like when they would come. So we do, I must say, we don't get it maybe in a formal way. When I say formal way, like openly, like they may not send a feedback on Facebook, on YouTube, etc. But in the, like how we chat in here and at the different socials, we definitely get. I think all those who come to our function, I don't think anybody is sit down quiet. I mean, even if they don't tell us, they chat with each other and so I think that is I like that format and I like that way of communication. Yeah. So you're not complaining. Feedback comes in different ways.
Yeah.
And just chatting. And you know what we really appreciate too? Just last week again, we always have someone coming up to us, Terri-Ann or me, depending on where we are, especially those on Gael, who we find Gael, they may follow us a lot on the show, but not as many will come to the actual events. But when they see us outside in the mall or anywhere, they come and say, hi, and you, Jennifer, you won't know me, but I follow the show. And again, we get feedback, and that's how we get the feedback. They say, okay, you're personable. We feel like if, you're home with us chatting, so we get that kind of feedback and we appreciate that. But of course, we're always striving to see what else we can do.
But I think on the topics that you all have dealt with that affect people and their lifestyle, I mean, you all have handled just about everything that, well, I think that you all have handled many things, many topics that are of real importance to people. We know that finances is a major thing.
Yeah.
We know too that that, as you said, aging is not something that's easy for everyone. So that you all have handled many topics that, and I know the professionals. I mean, Alison has always been someone that I respect, I should say. And so and she's such a serious person, and she handles things really well, and you understand her point of view and what she's trying to say. And I think that you have done well in that, from that aspect. I don't know that what else can be done. Maybe from your people who, as you say, look, maybe you all could send out some kind of census and say, well, okay, what other topics would you all like us to handle?
As you said, Nancy, what we did from inception is, as you say, we have the buckets, and you see it from the shows. So we cover the community, community building, to have people to come together, etc. We call it a tribe. Of course, the financial wellness, which is wide, it's so many different aspects of that. Your actual health and wellness, your mindset. So when we have within those buckets, we look and we very conscious, as I say, we are in it. This is our cohort, that we're conscious of what is happening now. For instance, we know crime is a big thing in people's head. They don't want to go anywhere. because the timing, etc., etc. So we need to look at ways to discuss where you can still go out and enjoy yourself, but checks and balances, what you can put in place. So when we think like that, we think of who can we bring on board to share their experiences. We're really very thankful for getting some professionals to come on because, as you say, this is not any paid function. This is doing a big service. So they give up their time free to us. And so we always have to be on the ball trying to get persons to come on. And we ourselves to have discussions that when we don't have guests to come on, that we sort of go with the flow. And when I say go with the flow, based on what people is, maybe saying to us, we say, okay, this is happening now. Let's see how we could address that particular, situation, But, and that's why in celebration of our anniversary, we thought it would be nice to invite, our supporters like yourself to come on and just share, in terms of how you have benefited or what you see, may be different. And for those of you all who are out there listening, who haven't been part of the tribe, will understand what it's all about. Because, people come on at different times. So they may have missed the earlier shows. And sometimes they watch it and they say, oh, what are these ladies all about? So this is nice having the panel, and we thought as we're moving forward, we did have at the beginning of the year, we invited a few people to come on, again, like yourselves who have been with us a lot and watching the show, to give us feedback, to help us in terms of preparing the teams as we move forward. And that went well. That went very well. And we took note of that. And we have been using that to move forward. So I really appreciate this and the feedback. And as we wrapping up, I think we covered most of it in terms of our forums, our activities, our how we go about planning, our shows and getting the professionals. So I just want at this stage for you all, until wrapping up, and thank each one for coming on and sharing, and for you to talk to the audience out there and tell them why they should be part of the tribe. So I would like to close on that note for each one of you all to say, come along, and why?
I believe that from listening, I'm quite sure that everyone has now, if they never before, they will understand that really it's a light, happy place to be.
Yes.
And so that they would be encouraged to be part of that happy place, and sometimes we just need to step out of our comfort zone and do something different. Never know until you've tried it. So why not come along?
Thank you, Nancy, and good evening.
Well, I'm saying that, yeah, come join the tribe. It's a group of people, mature people who can enjoy themselves being responsible, in a responsible way. And you can have lots of fun because everybody's like-minded. Yes, they come out to have fun, but they just know how to do it within borders. Yeah.
Yes.
And of course, you can choose what you want. And of course, the information, I'm sure they will continue to share information that will be pertinent to different areas of our lives. And come learn, come laugh, come love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. And
Yeah.
Betty.
Yes, well, learn, learn, learn. We never stop learning, right? So as we learn, develop, and grow, even at this stage, here is a fantastic tribe to be joined and to improve more and more every day. So come over, man. Learn something new every day. Each time we get together, there's something that we can learn, that we can add it to our reservoir of knowledge. So let's have fun. Let's join the 5AG tribe.
Yes, and we are happy to serve you all. We are so happy to create all these. We having fun, eh? We always have fun. It's nothing. People say, how you all do that? Say, hey, we enjoying life. And we're not putting any stress on anybody. So that's why we say you don't have to come to no meeting, you don't have to do no subscription, nothing like that. You just be there, and we've said it. We have different things. You come to. We have, if you can't watch our show every Wednesday, it's on YouTube, so it's so easy to click that link anytime and go back and watch the shows and still put your comments. So it's so beautiful to have you all here. I feel so good, to have you as a panel and have you all not just on the tribe, but as my friends. I'm so proud. Always supportive. So yes, we passed 5 years. So, and I'm sure, we promise to continue, doing things, making sure that we put things in place to make this 5.AG tribe happy. So thank you, ladies. Have a great, great evening. Yes.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay. Good evening.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
What a beautiful session we've had, both sessions, talking to our dear followers, our dear friends. Yes, it's a good thing for us to get feedback and hear your comments. And we really do appreciate that so many of you all get what we've been trying to do for the last 5 years. So this is my thank you to Nancy, to Waveney, and to Betty, and to the others who are on the other panels. Thank you very much. We do promise we will continue doing what we're doing and making sure that our cohort, the 5.8G crew, have a wonderful life going forward. So before we go, just another reminder, Monday coming, it's our 5th anniversary party. So this is the last time that we have a chance with Uncle Errol. So Gael crew, come out. And I want to send a very special hello before we leave to Cheryl Ward, a listener from England who is staying in Barbados and called us to say what a fantastic job she thinks we're doing. Cheryl, thank you very, very much. Welcome to the Connections 50 Plus family. So we look forward to engaging with you and so many more of you. Please give us a call, send us a note. You know our numbers. And for those that we will see on Monday, we'll see you then. And for the rest, see you next week. Bye.
So 1st of April, Easter Monday, yes. Connections 50 Plus is 5 years old and we celebrating.
So we invite you all to come out and hang with us because listen, it will be lots and lots of fun. So when we start at 11,
at Kaiso Blues.
Listen to me. Oh gosh. And it's so easy to find Kaiso Blues right there on Rice Road.
Yes.
And when you start turning, there's so much parking, Terri-Ann.
Yeah. So parking, brunch, music.
And me. Yes, I have to thing there, let me tell you,
yes.
we're going to have a frolicking time.
Oh,
we
yes.
have games and we have awards. All of you who've been to all of these connections events, we have
$1 million
awards.
prize.
Thank you very much. Let me tell you something. Anybody who in a cohort that is 5.8G and alive, we will be at Kaiso Blues on Easter Monday from 11 to 3. Listen, man, fun.
Branch
And listen to me.
inclusive, $350 we have in
food
fund.
you cook at Kaiso Blues. Let me
Let
tell you about that.
I can't go there and
Yes.
eat. I never go there and eat. Listen.
So, come on, turn up and tune up.
Yeah, just right.
We have
I
an agreement.
can't believe Oli wasn't going to call me.
No, you preempted. No, you preempted. We were just about to do it, and you came in
yes.
today. How could we forget?
All right.
How could we forget?
I wouldn't rush. What I do, I'll go and prep myself because I have to be there early.
So see you then.
50 Plus Tribe and follow us from Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean.
Thank you for joining us on this Connections 50 Plus 5.8G Alive show.
We hope you enjoyed the lively conversation and look forward to seeing you next week.
Don't forget to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We really love getting your feedback. Bye for now.